What is going on YouTube? So it's currently about 10:30 p.m. right now, and I just wanted to make this video today because it was on my mind, and I just kind of wanted to talk about how to know if you were like born to be cut out as an entrepreneur, or how to know if you've got like the right mindset to be an entrepreneur and to become successful. So if you don't know me already, I'm Liam Smith, and this channel I just post like documents of my journey doing organic dropshipping and just general life as well. But then, like, you know, every now and again, occasionally I'll just post videos, kind of things that just come to my mind, which like today kind of came to my mind in how do I know that I've been like sort of chosen or like cut out to be an entrepreneur, and how you can kind of tell this as well. So basically, entrepreneurial mindset and just like generally wanting to become successful, it's got to be like an obsessive goal. So this is like really transferable as well, by the way. Let's say, for example, you really want to be successful in a specific sport. You know, maybe you do like football, maybe you do like boxing, kickboxing. There's so many different things, right? You'll know if you want to become like that, you know, if you want to become that famous footballer, you want to become that like kickbox, you want to become that box, you want to become like a world champion, you will be obsessing over it. You know, like Conor McGregor speaks about it a lot. You know, I can't remember word for word what he was saying now, but he was saying like it's on my mind 24/7, and that's how it is, right? That's how it's got to be. Because, you know, if you want to generally like achieve something and become something, you can't be like half in and, you know, like, oh yeah, I want it, but you know, there's also this that I'm thinking about, you know, this is important as well. If you generally like want something, and like I say, it's very transferable, but for me personally, is to become free, is become successful, and, you know, just have that kind of that ability to just have freedom, right? And, you know, like I say, depending on you, you're very unique. You're each viewer, right, watching this right now, you are unique. You know, you've got your own dreams, you've got your own goals. You know, if you're a subscriber watching the channel, then it's likely, you know, something similar to mine, maybe, you know, to do your business, just having like freedom, stuff like that. But if you're new here, then it could literally be anything, right? And, you know, if you want to like put in the comments as well what your dream is, what your goal is relating to this video, then like go ahead, because that'll be really cool to see as well. Because that's what I'm trying to say here, right? Like, if you still have, like, let's say, for example, as a kid, you wanted to become a footballer. So many people, right, will, like, life shapes us all, right? Life shapes the whole, like, universe. And if every single kid still wanted to be a famous and a professional footballer when they'd got to, like, age, I don't know, 13 plus, then, you know, everyone would be a famous footballer, right? Because if everyone still wanted that goal, if everyone still believed and were like delusional in a way, in like fully believing in themselves that they can do it, then like so many more people would be famous footballers, and maybe football wouldn't be the same thing. But the reason, like, it's not just football as well. But what I'm trying to say is the reason that so many people don't end up becoming like that professional footballer or something is because over time our dreams just sort of get like taken out of our mind, right? Like life gets in the way, you know, people we meet, people we interact with, and just generally over time your mindset can completely shift. So like maybe as a kid, I know as a kid personally, you know, I was like really into the gaming space, like big, you know, like always gaming, everything like that. Had a Fortnite clan and everything like this. It sounds really cringy, right? But the fact is, like, I had this dream with a lot of my friends to, you know, have a mansion and everything like this together. And, you know, maybe some of my friends now don't have that same dream, you know, like a lot of us, like, kind of went on different life paths and stuff. Even though my dream isn't exactly that, it still remained the same, right? I still want that freedom. I still want that rich life. And this is how life changes us, right? Because if all of us like still wanted that, then there's a very high chance we could all still get it. But the problem is the way that life shapes us, the way that, you know, like I say, interactions with you know, people we meet along our journey, because life is a journey, right? The chapter's already written, but we've got to live through them. You know, God already knows our story, but we've got to like actually experience it, and that is what life's all about. And I feel like, you know, if you still have the dream there, if you're still watching this video right now and, you know, you're over the age of like, let's say, I don't know, like 14 or something like that, you still have the dream in your mind. And that's the first thing, right? That's the very, very first thing, to know that you're actually cut out to be someone successful, because you still believe in yourself. You still believe that you can achieve your goals. And like, I'm really proud of you for that, because that's really, really good. Okay. And that's literally the first step to success. It's all about mindset, right? It's like 90% mindset, 10% however you get there, right? 10%, you know, business model, 10% whatever you do, right? Whatever you're trying to become successful in, it's 10% of that, 90% mindset in general, like most of the time. Because, you know, fully believing in yourself is going to mean that no matter how many slip-ups, no matter how many, like, you know, people say, oh, you can't do this, no matter how many, like, doubtful thoughts, you're still going to come back and fight. Whereas, you know, maybe someone who's like I said at the start there, with how you have to be obsessed with it. Maybe someone who's like 50-50, you know, they kind of want the goals, but they also, you know, they're thinking about, oh, well, what happens if it doesn't work out? If you're planning to do whatever, like if it doesn't work out and you're kind of thinking 50-50, that's planning to fail, right? You have to have this belief in yourself to kind of think it's this or nothing, even though like technically it might not be this or nothing. You've still got to make yourself think it's this or nothing. You know, it's become this or become nothing. And, you know, if you think that way, it's going to just give you this like completely different mindset, because you've got to obsess over, you know, this dream that you've got, because there's a reason you've got the dream, right? In the first place, as a kid, there's a reason you were given this dream. You know, maybe some people even didn't have like crazy dreams as a kid. I mean, obviously every kid dreams, but maybe it wasn't as, you know, relatable to what yours was, for example. But what you got to understand is that the fact that you've still got the dream, you're still watching videos like this, and you're still wanting to become that person, you know, become your dream self, is already this pointer. You know, you've been gifted with this dream, so you need to go and get it. Because, you know, just think, you've been gifted with it. What happens if you didn't, you know, if you didn't choose the things that you've chosen along the way to get to where you are now? Can you imagine like the different life you'd have? But the fact that you've got the opportunity now, with the mindset that you've got, to be watching videos like this and to be, you know, actually trying to become successful, working out how people are becoming successful, with that mindset that you've got right now, is what you need to become successful, right? If you can fully believe in yourself and you understand that the way that like people, you know, the top 1% are kind of like breaking out of it, is because they fully believed in themselves. And, you know, that's just how it is. But I think another important point about it, and talking about like mindset wise, is that like right now, I can use an example for myself right now. My position that I'm in right now is not amazing, right? I've had like, obviously, like with organic dropshipping I'm in right now, I haven't really got any products doing too well. You know, my products kind of died out, kind of a low time, sales aren't great, and I'm putting in a lot of work and getting out, like, you know, a little bit less, you know, more input than output. I've spoke about it a lot before, but the point of it is, right, if I didn't fully believe in myself right now, you know, if I had like this 50-50 option, if I had this backup plan, then I would be thinking more about my backup plan right now, because the plan A isn't working, right? The plan, obviously I know it's going to work out, and I don't have a plan B, which is kind of what I'm trying to talk about here. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm fully confident, and I'm, you know, fully believing in myself, which you need to do as well, that this plan A will work out. You know, whatever it is you do. For me, it's organic dropshipping, and not just organic dropshipping, but just general e-commerce, right? Because, you know, if the method changes, you know, I'm going to do organic. I don't have really any kind of plans just yet. I want to stick with organic. I want to, like, you know, get really, really good at it, like fully master it, make a lot more money, and then maybe I'll do some paid ads and stuff in the future. But point is, right, that plan is still all part of plan A, and I have no intention of planning out a plan B, because, you know, I can't have that plan B. You know, this is how you've got to be, right? When I talk about obsessing over your goals, you've got to understand that it has to be your main goal that happens, right? You don't want to be relying on some plan B, because, you know, imagine that on like the end of your life, you know, you're on your deathbed, and, you know, you've got all of like your family around you, you've got your grandkids, your kids and everyone, and they're like, you know, what happened in your life? And imagine you have to tell them you had to take plan B because you gave up on plan A, which was like your master plan. You know, it just wouldn't, it just doesn't make sense. Like, plan A just has to happen, right? And this is why I say, you know, if you want to have a plan B, then you can have a plan B, but plan A is clearly what you want most. And, you know, if you're not going to give it your all to, if you give it your all to get plan A, you will achieve plan A. So in reality, then there's no need to be a plan B anyway. But what I'm trying to say, you just need to be fully confident in yourself. You just have to like understand that full confidence in yourself is the full on hack here. That's how, you know, whatever happens, whatever, you know, whatever you go through, whatever anyone tells you, whatever experiences you have, if you know and you can fully believe in yourself that you can achieve the goals you still have and you can't let anything break you, have this iron mindset, you are set for success, right? Because, you know, so many people, like I've already said kind of earlier in the video, so many people have just like given up on their dreams at this point that you're at right now. So you got to understand that you're gifted to have these dreams still. You're special to have these dreams still, and you don't want to let them slide now, you know. But yeah, I think that's kind of all I want to cover for this video. I've like babbled on a little bit there, but hopefully, you know, you picked up some value from it, because, you know, my whole point of this is the fact that you're watching this video now and the fact that you still have this like winner mindset and you still want to achieve your goals is already proof that you're going to achieve them, right? Because like I say, if you can just take some advice from this video and you can like get that mindset right, you can understand that it's like all in or all out. You can't really be like 50, you know? So like I say, stick to it, man. It's all going to work out. Like, I'm going through it right now. If you're going through a time right now where you feel like, you know, you're putting in a lot more input and getting out less output, you feel like, you know, you're putting in so much, you know, you're draining all your energy and the results aren't showing, trust me, you are on the right path. Because if you just know that, like, you're going to be successful one day, and you just know that all of the time now that it's taken to, you know, fight through these days where things aren't too high, and, you know, it still affects you in a way. But if you can just know that, like, one day you can just reassure yourself that one day it's all going to work out, you'll just keep going. And that's how it has to be, really. You know, like, another thing I always reassure myself with, I've kind of spoke about this in other videos as well, but the fact that, right, if we didn't have these low times, if we didn't have these losing seasons, as we call them, right, if that didn't exist, then everyone would be having a successful business. Everyone would be, you know, who they want to be. Everyone would have achieved their dreams if there wasn't such thing as a losing season. The reason so many people, you know, don't actually reach their dreams is because of the amount of losses it can take to get there, the amount of time, the amount of effort and everything that has to be put in, because it's not easy, it's not quick, and it's not easy, you know. Whatever it is you're doing, that is as well. Like, literally whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're trying to get good at, whatever it is you're trying to build, it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be quick. And you got to understand that. And you got to understand that the losing seasons are actually a gift. The fact that you can fight through them and get out the other side is also a gift, because not everyone can do that. And that is part of the reason why you are cut out to be part of the 1% or be part of the successful entrepreneurs. So, like I said, hopefully you took some value from this video. Again, I've kind of just yapped a little bit, but I'm sure there's plenty of value in here. So thank you for watching. If you want to follow more of the journey and see more videos, please consider subscribing. But yeah, for now, I'm going to end the video here. So I will see you in the next video.